Alright, good evening everyone at Arkansas Weather Watchers. This is Senior Forecaster Cameron back here again, and I'm here to give you guys a blog going on the potential of heavy rainfall and also the potential of some isolated severe thunderstorms as we get towards the day tomorrow and also into your upcoming work week here. But what I want to show you guys real fast here is our merchandising website here. This is a thing that we've been talking about over the last couple of days here. We have a 30% discount going on for the entire summer, guys. So just check us out here. We have everything that you need from mouse pads to t-shirts to water bottles. To metal pads and such, and other stuff such as like hats and baby gear and also stuff for your pets. We have jackets and hoodies, t-shirts, even shoes. So we have a lot of stuff, and we're also going to be adding a lot more stuff on here, guys. So just give us a shout. Like I said before, we got a 30% discount going on for the entire summer here. So just give us a shout on there to check it out. If you got any requests, any special requests or any questions or concerns, please message the page. But I wanted to show you guys this first. That way, you guys can see the Arkansas Weather Watchers merchandise website. I know we've had a lot of problems over the last couple of days about people having trouble with the link here, so we are currently still trying to work on that situation here. But this is what we've got going on in terms of the website here, in terms of our merchandising website here, guys. So like I said before, if you're interested in getting someone a gift, you have that storm chase in your life, or you're just wanting to have us and part of a brand or anything, just give us a shout. Like I said before, we have a 30% discount going on for the entire summer, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on here. Now this is the day 2 severe weather outlook in terms of tomorrow here. We have a slight risk out. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I was talking about earlier. That was just what I was talking about in terms of severe weather as we get towards day tomorrow here. We've got a slight risk that is in effect for for central and northern Texas over to southern Oklahoma, and a huge marginal risk that encompasses the entire state. And I fully expect this slight risk to probably push to the east to include the Arkansas area here. As they stated in their discussion earlier, that further adjustments to the slight risk area will likely be needed in upcoming day 1 outlooks here. That's for central and northern Texas, depending on how far east this extends into the area here. So, and as so for this is for southeast Texas into the Arkansas area. If this current scenario pans out with these with that MCS coming from Oklahoma into Arkansas here, then some portions of the region may be required to have a slight risk upgrade with the day 1 outlook here, guys. So that's something that we will be monitoring here. If the situation does call for, we will be here providing live streams. We're expecting the damaging wind and hail threat to be the number 2 risk areas here, but the tornado threat cannot be ruled out. We have a 2% tornado risk area out, mainly for the slight risk area here, but that's something that we're going to be keeping an eye on as we get towards the next couple of updates here, guys. So as said before, this is the HRR regarding tomorrow's severe weather potential here, and this is going to be from the MCS that is currently ongoing across Oklahoma at this current time here. And as you guys all know, there is a moderate risk out for the potential of significant wind damage over here in Oklahoma at this current time here. And this is from that MCS that will be diving from Oklahoma into western Arkansas and then into southwestern Arkansas and the Arkansas area as you get towards right around the lunchtime tomorrow and into your afternoon hours of your Sunday here. So that's something we'll just have to keep an eye on here. These thunderstorms will be capable of producing damaging winds in excess of 70 to 80 miles per hour. Hail, the tornado threat, as I said before, is very, very low, but given that there will be a good bit of lift in the atmosphere, a good bit of rotation in the atmosphere, and if what we call an MCV were to develop, the tornado threat could be present across the Arkansas area into central Texas and eastern Texas here. So that's something that we're just going to keep an eye on here. And this is what I was talking about in terms of what I was saying before about an MCV developing here, because you can see this. Don't take the HRR with a grain of salt. This is still a model, but if the HRR were to verify here, you have a little area of low pressure that would dive southeast along from Oklahoma into Arkansas here, and this is where you have to watch out for potential damaging wind, hail, and possibly an an isolated brief spin up or two across southwestern Arkansas into northwestern Louisiana, eastern Texas, and the southeastern Oklahoma here, guys. So that's the HRR. And also we'll have to watch out is the instability here, and there could be a significant, a good bit amount of instability in place even before the lunch hour here, calling for about around that 2,000 to 3,000 range across southern Arkansas and southwestern Arkansas into southeastern Oklahoma and the northeastern Texas here. For our folks up here in central and northern Arkansas here, it appears that this will miss central Arkansas and northern Arkansas here, so I'm mainly concerned for southwestern Arkansas here during the day tomorrow here, but you guys will have a shot as we get towards midweek here. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this with the European model here. So I'm going to start this off with the European. All right, and an active week is looking to be expected as we get towards the next couple of days here, guys. But what we'll be dealing with here, and this is not going to be a total washout. This is not like we're going to expect rain from this certain hour to this certain hour. It's not going to be raining all the time. This is just your typical summer afternoon thunderstorm activity that pops up, and you have to watch out for the potential trailing thunderstorms, and given that a stronger system will be coming out from the west, widespread rainfall will be expected as we get towards tomorrow night and into your Monday here. And then on Tuesday, we repeat this again as we're stuck in that northwesterly flow, and even Wednesday night and Thursday here. And I've been watching Wednesday. I was watching Wednesday a couple of days ago for the potential severe weather here, but model guidance has really backed off of that idea here, and I'm not surprised about that. You got to remember, this is mid to late June. Your wind profiles really start to come down in June, but you still cannot rule out a tornado or two in the month of June here, guys. But as I said before, we get rid of this, and then we turn on the heater as we get towards next weekend and into your following week here, guys. And this is a European model. European model is not really one to show this idea, but I'm going to show you the GFS in just a little bit here, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to have what we call the death ridge, the southwest ridge that really wants to start to build in as we get towards later in the month and into early July here. And that could be what we've been kind of waiting for, is the first signs of summer here in the natural state here, because temperatures have been relatively near to below normal. We've had a lot of rainfall, so that's something we'll just have to keep an eye on as we get towards the next week or so here. But model guidance is wanting to build a ridge out here, and you know, that's typical. Late June, early July, you normally see ridging out here, and for us to be in the 80s and 90s at this time of the year is really unusual, because normally we're the 90s, 100s, you know, we're really starting to push up there as we get towards June and in the early July here, but we have yet to see that. We've been stuck in this active pattern here. We've had system after system after system after system, and we've had that cool start come down, so we've been kind of stuck in that near to below normal range temperature wise here, and that's what we talked about before in our summer outlook here. So that's the European model here, and I'm gonna go over to the GFS real fast. And as I said before, that's something we'll just have to keep an eye on here, because I'm going to have to believe the GFS does a little better job with this here. And also, one more thing, GFS wants to swing a front through as we get towards the next weekend here, guys. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. But this does not last long at all, because that shot comes down, and by the time we start that next work week, it is back up again. And I'm going to see if I can pan this out just a little bit here so I can show you guys what I'm talking about here. But there's your ridging. Your ridging really starts to take place. Let's see if I can draw this out for you guys here real fast. All right, so your ridging really starts to take place across right around the Rocky Mountains, or just east of the Rocky Mountains here, and that will force your storm jet to take something similar to this real fast here. So there's your storm jet here, and then you got a dip in the jet stream that's going to come over the east. So with that being said, that's going to lead to temperatures really start to get near to actually above normal, preferably for our viewers out west in Texas, Oklahoma, and into the plains here. We'll be on the outer fringes, the outer fringes of that ridge. So with us being still relatively close to the northwest flow, we will still be subject to possibly eating some frontal passages or whatnot as we get towards late June and early July here. But all depends on how much this ridge builds in, because if it builds in a little further east, that will completely cut us off of the northwest flow, and we will really start to bake across this area in here, guys. So that's something we'll just have to keep an eye on over the next week or so. But that will be some relatively great news, given that we've had a lot of flooding issues across Oklahoma, Texas, in the Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, over here with the Arkansas River. So with this taking place, yes, we would build a heat, but we will also kill whatever rain chance we have, and we can begin to dry out this ground in here, guys. So as I said before, that's all I have for you guys tonight. That's what I really wanted to talk to you guys about, is the potential of severe weather and also the potential of flooding here. And I'm going to show you guys one more thing before I get off of here, is that we could look at the potential of flooding here. So give me 1 second here. All right, and go to temperature, total precipitation here. And this is what I was talking about here with 10 days out. There we are, looking to right around that 5 to 7 inch range if we go for the GFS across most of the state here. Now, given that this will not be falling all at once, this will be kind of separated in little rounds here, which would be still good news, but still relatively bad news here, as we would still be dealing with excuse me, I'm trying to fix my screen here. I apologize for that. As we would still be dealing with that amount of heavy rainfall across our area here, and we will have to watch out for trailing thunderstorms as well. But given that this was kind of spread it out within 10 days, that's very, very good news in terms of the flooding issue that has been going on. But we still do not need to see this much amount of rainfall even within the next 10 days here, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and jump you guys over to the Euro to show you guys what the Euro has real fast here. So give me 1 second here. The total precipitation for the Euro is a little drier, and this would be a great solution if you're not needing the rainfall here. Euro is a little dry with the overall rainfall. Still has that insane amount of near 5 to 6 inches of rain over here in the River Valley region. This would be very bad news because that's right along the Arkansas River here, and that will just that could cause some flooding issues, but given that it's spread it out within the 10-day period, that is still some relatively good news, and not happening all at once. If you got 5 to 6 inches of rain within 24 hours, you're going to have flooding. But if you got 4 to 5 inches of rain within a 10-day period, that is still some good news, as you wouldn't be dealing with significant flooding right off the bat, but you would have to watch out for possibly some isolated flooding, given if the storms were to train over each other, guys. So that's all I have for you guys tonight, and I'm going to go ahead and step off of here, and I will have another update for you guys as we get towards day tomorrow here. As said before, we will have severe weather updates on the page as we get towards tomorrow morning here. Main threat tomorrow is going to be damaging winds and hail. Can't rule out a tornado or two, given that the NCS will have a lot of voracity with it, we'll just have to wait and see on how that plays out, but I'm mainly worried about the potential of damaging winds and hail. The damaging wind threat kind of stands out more than the overall tornado threat, given the wind profiles are very, very weak in the atmosphere. The damaging wind threat kind of stands out before anything, but we'll still be here to watch it out for you guys. But like I said before, I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning into this live stream. To this blog here tonight, and y'all have a great rest of your Saturday evening.